Apex Legends has many characters, and some of which are better than others. I'll be ranking them all using my own personal opinion. Now, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to be ranking them all using pure fact and knowledge. So I'd say brace yourself, because it's going to be a bit crazy. And I'm not going to be using lore, otherwise Revenant would top. And I'm going to ignore certain aspects. So I've been thinking of making this video for a while, especially considering that recently one of my mates was chatting pure shit. So without further ado, Apex tier list. Here we go. Right, here we go. So kicking it off with Ash. Well, her tactical's not as revolutionary as the trailers make it out to be. Realistically, you're not going to trap anyone. She's not a high tier. Plus, half the time her passive pings someone at like the other side of the map. Hell, even the trailer shows it. Like, look at that. So, I'd say, I don't know, maybe D tier. Yeah, I'd whack her in D tier. Honestly, Bang. Where do I start? Bang's kind of a low tier. Her tactical isn't revolutionary, it's countered by most Legends. Her passive as well, I mean, you've got Octane Stins, most Legends have movement now, so what need is there really? Her ultimate is solid, is countered by Watson, and Gibby has a better version of it though, so I'd whack her in. Bloodhound. Bloodhound is, in my opinion, a really solid Legend. He's got a really good kit for new players to learn. So his tactical, you know, counters visibility-based abilities, so like Bang, and his ultimate is perfect for new players to learn and spot people quickly. So I'd put him at high, maybe not S tier, but A tier definitely. Catalyst.
Transitioning. That was sort of hard.
So, I mean, my main source of entertainment with crypto is his constant beef with Mirage. But you know, I mean, his drone is quite useful, but then again, so many Legends can counter it, and you've got Bloodhound scans. Not to mention the fact that the drone keeps on going like, whoa, in the air. So, he's not high tier. His ultimate, I mean, Apex has become a much more aggressive and fast-paced game than it used to be. So old crypto would be high tier, and he was. But current crypto in C tier. Fuse. Okay, Fuse is shit because his passive. I mean, where do I even begin with Fuse? His passive of launching grenades. I mean, the trailer shows him hitting some insane rebounds, but in what situation are you going to be able to pull that shit off with a grenade? Look at that. So, his ultimate as well, you can just dodge it like Wraith Port, Octane Pad, ignore that. Pathfinder, grapple, zipline, all sorts. Again, he was never good to begin with. Gibby! His dome, again, he's like Lifeline, but basically on steroids in some aspects, and worse in others. His passive, shit. He's not C tier. Definitely not C tier. Because his ultimate, again, it's a better version of a Bangalore, as I said earlier today. And it can do damage. It's good for aero denial. He's a solid Legend, but not as solid as others, so he's in B tier. Horizon.
Scotland forever!
Fine, B tier. And Lifeline is going to be our very first S tier. Lifeline is one of the most useful Legends in the game, with her drone being able to heal in the middle of a fight, and her care package bringing him some usually useful loot, not to mention her being able to res in the middle of a fight. So yeah, definitely S tier. Loba, I mean...
Every time I close
Mirage. Bronze kit is pretty good. His passive to revive whilst having a shield is amazing. It's similar to Lifeline, to be fair. His run rivals that of fucking Officer Earl. The ability to be able to run whilst moving a shield is just Gibraltar on steroids, which I am all for. This makes Newcastle more of a defensive character, which we do sort of need in Apex. I can't leave him off just yet, considering that I need to discuss where he got his name from. LeBron gets his name from absolutely dunking on kids and building walls like Donald Trump. So yeah, he's 80. Octane, with a method diction that rivals Walter Harbour White. Jesse! Octane is a sort of unchallenged speed demon who can run in there and get the job done with his stim, in exchange for only immediately half his health. His ultimate is pretty solid for being able to get from A to B and making good rotates in the middle of a fight, so you're pinned down, you can just pad out of there. So that makes Octane beat it. Pathfinder. After Season 5, the dev just made Pathfinder so bad I refuse to play him anymore. His tactical of his grapple, sure, it's nice, it's cool, it does what it's meant to do. But you have Octane pads, Wraith ports, Ash ultimates. Yeah, Pathfinder's just outclassed by most Legends now. By his own job. Everyone's got his tactical. Symmetra, / the totally not rip-off of the Team Fortress 2. Rampart's one of those Legends for me that's not too good, but fun as fuck to play. Plus, most Rampart mains live by this.
I've yet to meet one that can outsmart a bullet.
Lil Nas. I'm probably going to get grilled for this placement, but honestly, I don't find Lil Nas that effective in the game. His passive, I mean, you can just hold a gun, and that works as well. Sure, his tactical was broken when he came out, but right now it's not as viable as it used to be. Plus his ultimate, I mean, you can either use a Bloodhound scan, or just a Bloodhound ultimate, or just Bloodhound in general. Like, sure, some people find Seer to be very useful, but I personally don't. I don't get the whole craze behind him. So if you had to ask me where I'd put him, I'd have to go with maybe low D, maybe even E tier, honestly, because he's not S tier and he's just Valkyrie. We're nearing the end. I have played Valkyrie a bit recently. Honestly, I'm quite fond of her kit, although her passive is it's not as good as it should be. Her tactical, good for area denial, similar to a Gibby ult, but not all that impressive. The ability to be able to fly in and then fly out again with her ult, it won't work in situations like this, but in like an actual match is kind of key. Although it is very loud and shows exactly where you are to the entire lobby. So if I had to put her somewhere, well, it would be a D? Yeah. Vantage. Fun fact. Fun facts are super annoying. Watson. One of the older Legends. Good for trapping and area denial. Again, more area denial. Honestly, I quite like Watson. I mean, trapping like that's just not going to happen. Her passive is only held down by the fact that no one carries ult accelerants. Her ultimate's good for situations like this, but realistically, you're not going to get much of this. So yeah, Watson's earned her place in low E tier. Wraith. Every CTV sweats wet dream. Wraith isn't as good as she used to be. Hell, she wasn't even that good in the first place. Her phase takes too long to use and too long to cool down. The voices half the time aren't even that helpful. They'll tell you you're being shot in the middle of a firefight. It's pointing out the obvious, really. Her ultimate movement, again, loads of characters can do that, like Ash, Octane. I am tired of repeating this list. Yeah, she's earned her spot in E tier. Revenant, the supreme edgelord of Apex Legends. I am quite fond of Revenant's kit, although it's really not useful because silencers are not that effective. Its main use is downing people. Stalker, again, not that good. Death Totem though, however, being able to push with protection and not dying is quite key in especially high elo matches. although when people find your totem and use it against you, it's not that effective. So Revenant belongs in E tier. Alright, that was my tier list. I'm sure it was quite, rushed, but as long as the video's out and my phone's not dying, yeah, that's it. See ya.